Hello, Commanders. Welcome to the beginning of a series of videos that will be focused on the PvP aspects of Cosmoteer. Whether you're a new player looking to discover what this part of the game has to offer, or a veteran, I hope you enjoy. Alright, this is a 1v1 lobby. The price per ship is 1.5 million credits, which is standard for PvP. And right about now, we're all discussing about who we're going to be dueling. For this video, we're going to be focusing on the fight that's going to take place between Cool Gamertag 120 and myself, Blaze 580. What's going to be interesting though is that this is going to be a mirror matchup. We've both brought iron rammers with pretty similar designs. Here's mine on the right side, and here's Cool Gamers on the left side. I'm going to quickly point out the main differences. On his ship, he appears to have 9 separate outputs for his ion beams. Remember, every time you combine your ion beams, your potential damage decreases. Whereas I only have 5 separate outputs on my ship. Looks like his 2 front medium reactors are also closer to his shields, so he's going to be able to recharge them faster than I can. And he has an additional 2 small shields. Finally, it looks like the way his thrusters are positioned at the rear of the ship will make it so that he has better rotation speed. Now, as we both turn on our ion beam cores, we're going to be able to see where my advantage is at. Because he doesn't want to have a big barrel, he wants to try to keep it as narrow as possible. He can't focus all of his outputs on a single point at maximum range, whereas I have a perfect laser beam fully concentrated at maximum range because of my 5 separate outputs. So throughout this fight, I'm going to, or at least try to, make sure that I maintain distance between our 2 ships. This way, I'll be able to do my maximum potential damage on a single point, and he'll be spreading it all over my ship. Now, for the initial engagement, it looks like I've been able to focus his shields pretty well. 2 of them are already down, and because of this, Cool Gamer is starting to rotate wildly. This means that while he's grazing the entire front of my ship, I'm able to slowly but surely mostly create a funnel around his barrel, removing armor. The more I do this, the easier it will be for me later on to focus down his shields, and then it's game over. As the second they all go down, I'll be able to destroy his fully powered ion prisms, and that means large chain reaction explosions. So far, the fight is looking pretty good for me. He's still wildly rotating, making sure that I can't take all of his shields down, but it's giving me more and more time to chip off his armor. Whereas on my ship, as you can see, I still have a pretty good amount. Because of this, as the fight's not going his way, Cool Gamer is now reversing thrust. He's going to make me come after him. And by doing so, I'm having a couple difficulties here, and I'm not able to aim where I want. My beam is currently grazing the entire front of his ship, similar to how he was doing so to me earlier on, and he's focusing down my shields. Yeah, I've already lost 3 shields, which is not ideal. And now that I see this, I'm once again reversing my thrust. I want to disengage, give myself enough time to recharge, and then I'll jump straight back in. Slightly rotating as well, so that if he catches up, he'll be hitting my armor first. I still want to give my shields time to recharge. Don't want to put them under stress. Now, about now, in a few moments, I'm gonna get a lucky break. I've been able to take down 3 of his shields, and I'm starting to damage a small shield, and there we go. There's been a small chain reaction, which means that he's lost a bunch of his prisms and outputs, and 8 of his beams, no, looks like 10 of his ion beams have been taken out. And because of this, I'm pressing my advantage. I'm pretty sure I can take him out now. So I go straight at him, taking down his left side of his shields, and as he's doing the same to me, I'm trying to wedge my armor in front of his beams and still maintain my concentrated firepower on his last remaining shields. And as I do so, my beam goes straight through to his core, and it's game over. I completely slice in half his damage output, and I will take the win. For the second match, I'm going to be using the same Ion Beam rammer, and I'm going to be facing Zip Zap Zoff's Tractor Beam Railfan ship. Now, from what I can see, he has 6 separate railguns, each having 5 accelerator modules, 6 tractor beams, and a whole bunch of thrust. So he's going to have a significant amount of pushing and pulling power. However, to get the maximum range out of his railguns, he'd need 8 accelerator modules. So during my initial approach, I'm going to be able to get a lot closer before he gets his first shot off. Now, this is going to be a daunting match for me, as if I make the slightest mistake, he's going to be able to snipe out my core or command room, as I don't have any side or rear armor. I have to make sure that my front is facing him at all times. And as we start our engagement, I'm able to get a bit of damage on his side, but straight away he pushes me off with his tractor beams. But I'm going to focus that side as much as I can, so I'm going straight back in. Also, we can see the animation from the tractor beams as this weird blue blurry ray, and I'm continuously focused on those beams. The second they're changing target and they're pushing or pulling, I am reacting, applying thrust when needed. Because if I don't, he's going to be able to flip my ship around, and it's game over for me. So here Zip Zap is getting some shots in, but not doing a whole lot of damage. And I am slowly but surely drilling through his sides. So right now I'm feeling fairly confident. I'm thinking I can pull this win out of the bag. However, right there, I don't react quickly enough when he pushes me. And if it weren't for my large shields, he would have sniped out my core. So I got very lucky. I can't allow too many more of those mistakes to happen. Still trying to get that side armor. But he is making it difficult with those tractor beams. Still pushing my left side. So now here is my second mistake. Once again, I don't react quickly enough. And if it weren't for the case that he didn't apply thrust at the right moment, he got pushed his way because of his tractor beams as well, he would have been able to finish me off. And sadly, I make my third and final mistake, and sniping the exact same area as the first time, he destroys my command room and takes the victory. As Cool Gamertag and Zip Zap Zop have both defeated their opponents, they are now going to be facing each other. Cool Gamer, bringing the same iron rammer from the first match, and as we've already mentioned, the way those thrusters are positioned at the rear of his ship should make it easier for him to deal with the tractor beams. However, as he's making his attack run, it looks like he misjudges just how much force Zip Zap can apply on his ship, not compensating sufficiently to counteract the tractor beams, and he takes a heavy blow on the side. He definitely now cannot take another hit there without losing some vital components. That being said, Zip Zap himself has taken a fair amount of damage from our duel against him, and Cool is going to take advantage of those weak spots, slicing off the remaining side armor and leaving Zip Zap's vital components open to direct fire. Now here, Zip-Zap is going to make a very smart play. He's applying a pushing force on Cool Gamer's right side, and as he's compensating, Zip-Zap quickly redirects the tractor beams on the other side, not giving him a reaction time he needs to stop him from spinning his ship. Zip-Zap snipes out his reactor, then the second, destroying the command bridge, and he is the victor.